Hey, y'all, hey. It's that time of day. It's that time of day, babies. It's that time of day. Today is day 5 of contracts and closings. My name is Delisa Robinson, your favorite real estate diva out here in these real estate streets. Creator and developer of the Creative Wealth Academy. On Sunday, this week, Sunday, we are having an open house, so to speak. Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to have open house for, I'm sorry, it's 5 o'clock. It's at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, not 6. I keep saying 6, and I'm giving y'all the wrong time. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be having an open house on the Creative Wealth Academy. I'm going to show you guys what you get, how it works, what's in it, and everything else. Because this year in 2025, I have a goal to get 20 people, at least 20 people, to 6-figure status using wholesaling real estate. And I have some goals for some other people to use some other statuses as well. I have some other goals for some other people who want to do, who want to build portfolios. So we're going to be doing that too. Creative Wealth Academy is going to give you all of this. So grab your pens and papers. You will not need calculators today. We are not doing any numbers, not unless somebody asks me to. But for the most part, no, we won't be doing any numbers. So if you are in here, and let me see, is my Zoom room open? Yes, I think it is. I think it's open. Close that. And then go here. I'm trying to get all of you in here. That's what I definitely have to do, get everybody in the room. Okay. Let's see what I did wrong. So get that. You guys are in here. Tell me where you're from. If you have any questions of anything that we've went over this week, I need you to ask in the comments, because today is day 5. Day 5 of our Lunch and Learn. My table of 20, they got their big surprise yesterday. So they're excited, I'm sure. And everything else that we're going to do. One more. Let me do this real quick. I tell you, it is so hard to do this stuff. Now, Creative Wealth Academy is going to have our open house on Sunday. Sunday you'll be able to see, and then we will invite some new members to join us in the Creative Wealth Academy. After that, I don't know. I won't be able to see it, I guess. Now, am I everywhere I need to be? Let me check one more time. Yeah, we in there. Okay, and are we live on Instagram yet? I know y'all like this girl. Yep, this girl. So, let me make sure Instagram got us on here the right way, because I don't want my Instagram people to feel like I neglect them, because I don't. Instagram, come on now. There we go. Instagram is now live. So let's do this. Because I don't. Yep, we in. Turn the volumes down on all the phones. All right. Hey, Steve, I see you over on Instagram. Hey, how you doing? So let's get started. Today, we're going to wrap this up. Today is day 5 of contracts and closings. We've talked about how to deal with buyers. We've talked about how to deal with your sellers. We talked about the negotiation. We talked about how to do a walkthrough and what pictures you need to take. We have talked about how you need to close, double close, or assignment fees. We've talked about all of that. Today, we're going to talk about the key points in our contracts that must be in all of our contracts so that there is no mistaking what you did and did not sign up for. Now, before I say this, I say a disclaimer. If you're working with an attorney or a title company, have them send you the preferred contract that they would like you to use. That way you won't mess it up. My contract is for all 50 states, but I tell you, if you purchase the Seal the Deal packet and get all 8 of the contracts that we use, and if you send those contracts to send those to your attorney and your title company before you fill them out and say, this is what I'm using, so that you can get yourself acclimated with the right system. Don't be out here in the streets doing what you want to do. Do what you're supposed to do. Okay? All right. Now, another thing I'm going to say on the contract side too. This is for my real estate agents and brokers. If you hold a real estate license, also my appraisers and my home inspectors, all of those things, if you hold any type of real estate license, you need to reference that license in your contract. You need to verbally, out of your face, say that this is a contract, and you need to verbally say it out of your face that you are under contract and that you are not part of you're not representing anyone in the transaction. Y'all hear what I said, right? Make sure you state it out of your face and make sure it's also in your contract, because if it's not, you will have a hard road to go. Just saying. Just saying, just saying, just saying. All right. Now, I am going to pull up my contract that I use. I'm going to go through it today. I'm just going to hit the high points with you guys on live, because some of this stuff we're not supposed to put out there. So, I don't know. I may not be able to share my screen today based on this contract. I got to check with my attorney on that one. Anyhow, you have to have key points in your contract. Now, before we get into this, like I said, now is the time to ask any of your questions for wholesaling real estate. You can also, if you'd like, you can schedule a one-on-one strategy session with me if you have particular questions, or you have a deal that needs to be analyzed, or you have a systems question or a policy question or a legal question. I'm not a lawyer. However, I should have been. Okay. But we are going to be talking about contracts today. And I'm being honest, there is nothing about contracts that's sexy. Nothing. Nothing at all. It's not sexy doing contracts. So if you're looking for a good time, this may not be your party today. But if you're looking for some good information on how you need to write up a contract, then stay with me so we can do this, okay? Because I don't want y'all out here in these streets thinking y'all can just do what y'all want to do. I need y'all to do what y'all supposed to do, okay? Now, first and foremost, everybody got pen and paper. We don't need calculators today, but you will need to know how to add and subtract. And the numbers I give you are going to be round numbers, so it should be very easy for you to do this. Okay, first and foremost, everybody always asks me, Delisa, you say you never pay EMDs, you never do any of that. No, I don't. And there's a reason that I don't. I don't subscribe to it. It's in my contract with a big 0 sitting right there in that spot. I'm not paying it. And when you do, and we're going to talk a little bit about building out your teams today too. So we're talking about teams and contracts. Another thing too, now the sexy part is your team, because your team is going to keep you in line. So the first thing you need to do when you are doing contracts of any kind. And we're going to go through the purchase agreement today, and we're going to go through the assignment agreement today. And I'm going to show you my exact contract that I use. And I use it, trust me, I just sent it to Connie in Wisconsin not too long ago. So it's what we use. Now, what I want you guys to understand is that every city and state, I haven't started sharing my screen yet, Nika. So as soon as I do, you'll see it. Every city and state has a, hey girl. Every city and state has regulations. They have things that they have to have included. That's why I said send this contract. If you purchase a contract from me, send it to the attorney or title company that you are using to close your wholesale deals, so that they can make sure that your contract has everything in it that state requires. And if they say it's good to go as is, then it's good to go as is. But if it's not good to go as is, ask them the exact verbiage that they want in the contract so you can include it. Or, hello, here's my contract, amend it, send it back to me so I know which one to send you from now on going forward. Or can you forward me your preferred contract so I know exactly which contract I should use with your office? And I'm be honest, it could change. You could be in the same city in the same state and use two different attorneys, and two different attorneys are going to tell you to put two different things in a contract. That's just how they are. It's not because they're trying to get you to do anything wrong, or you did anything wrong. It's because their office requires, and that's what you have to go for, and that's what you have to understand, and that's what you have to adhere to. If they say we require this, then that's what you do. If you want to use that attorney, if you don't, you're going to use another attorney. But the other attorney is going to have some stipulations and some regulations that they want you to use as well. So you just go with it. Okay. All right, now. Make sure residential letter of intent. That is not what I'm looking for. Oh no. Hold on, honey. Honey bear, honey pie. Hold on. I did an update on my computer today. Man, listen, it's horrible. Just so you guys know, you are going to need a realtor on your team. If you are wholesaling real estate, if you are flipping houses, if you are leasing, if you are renting apartments, if you are doing anything in real estate, you're gonna need a real estate agent on your team. All right. And let me explain why, because a lot of you are like, well, if I'm wholesaling, real estate agents, and real estate agents, you too, listen up. If you have a real estate agent on your team that is well versed in working with investors, that is an asset. That means they know how to wholesale. They're good with lease options. They'll know how to do seller finance paperwork. They're going to know how to find you properties on and off market that fit your buy box so you can just build, and they're going to help you, build. In the meantime, in the process of them helping you build, on the front side, they're your agent. So wholesalers, if you want to wholesale houses that are on the market, that real estate agent gets the whole deal. If it's the listing agent, if they're the listing agent, they're going to get the whole. And that's what I normally do. Honestly, I will call if I'm wholesaling something on the market.
Recording in progress.
Y'all know that's the Zoom lady telling us we good to go. Because she knows no better. So let me get in here. Let me share my Zoom screen with the people, and then we can really get started. I'm going to take a nap when I get off the phone with y'all. I know I got a coaching call, so please chart it to the heart, not the head. I have a coaching call, and then I'm taking a nap. So what we're going to do, as soon as I share this, This computer going so slow. There it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is this, and I want you guys to understand. We're here for a good time, a long time. Not today, anyway. Today's not going to be an hour. I can tell you that now. I've already wasted 15 minutes trying to get this stuff set up. So, what we have to do and what we need to do is this. You're going to need a real estate agent on your team, a real estate agent that is well versed in investor math, investor properties, investment procedures. You're going to need that on your team. Okay, I can't say it no different. You're just going to need a real estate agent on your team. If you have a new real estate agent who may not know how to do investments, even better, teach them. I think every real estate agent should know how to handle investors. You need to know and understand creative finance strategies. You need to know and understand flipping, buy and hold, lease options, seller financing, subject to construction, new construction, renovations. You need to know, because a real estate agent that knows that, you the quarterback, baby. If it's not for you and the real estate agent, your flippers don't have any houses. If it's not you, the real estate agent, your buy and hold people don't have anything to buy. Real estate agents, this is how you create your own inventory, by working with investors. So if you are a real estate agent and you want to learn more about working with investors, holler at your girl. Because we will sit down and I will give you a strategy. I have references. The information I've given some people, some of my real estate agent clients have gone on to have 7-figure months in sales. So don't play. I know what I'm talking about. And then I know what y'all want to say, but Delisa, you don't have, I looked up your numbers and you don't have $1 million in sales. I do. It's just not on market. I sell 7 figures off market. Let's play with it. Let's put my numbers up against yours and see who wins. I probably made more money too wholesaling it than you did putting it on the market too. Just so you know. But I digress, because I ain't here to toot my own horn, but beep beep. And there you go. Now, next that I want y'all to understand, you have to have a good attorney, a good real estate attorney. When I tell you, I probably got the best dude in the game as far as Buffalo. When I tell you I got the best woman in the game when it comes to Milwaukee, I'm not lying. I got the best girl in the game in Detroit. And Atlanta don't even play. I got the best man in the game in Buffalo. And I don't even have to say his name. If he's watching, he know who he is. And if he want to chime in and say it's me, he can. But I don't refer anybody to him. That's why I'm not saying his name. I don't refer anybody to him unless you got your together. Because I don't have time for you to be half-assing my attorney and bogging down his staff with BS. I respect them. I respect him and his team that much that I don't do BS with him. So believe me when I tell you I got the best in the game. You need an accountant, because somebody gonna have to file your taxes. Somebody gonna have to pay your money, and you don't want a bookkeeper. You could keep your own books. You could get a software program and keep your own books if you really want to be honest. But you're going to need an accountant, a CPA, somebody that's going to stay on you, somebody that's going to say, hey, every quarter, every month, at the end of every month, send me this so I can start doing your taxes. So that way I'm not working on your taxes just one day out there. I'm working on your taxes all year. You need to put some people on retainer once you can afford it. I'm not saying that you do it now. Once you can afford it, a lender, you're going to need a lender. And guess what? Hello, I can be your lender. I have, and you guys are going to see this coming out over the weekend. My new lending, if you're in need of any type of hard money funding or even some traditional financing, I can help you. Hmm. Even SBA loans, I can help you. I told you 2025 is all gas, no brakes. So that's what we're doing. You're also going to need boots on the ground if you are wholesaling virtually. Boots on the ground is that person that goes and takes your pictures for you, that person that might go grab the signature on the contract for you. Because let's be clear, a lot of these people are elderly and they don't do computers. So that's boots on the ground. You're going to need a bird dog. Bird dogs make about $500 per property. Mhm. I pay people to show me a property. And they send me properties, and if I close on it, I send them $500. It's just that simple. You have to be in a situation where, and it's Friday, so I'm chilling. So if y'all see me like lean to the side a little bit, because normally I'm just like upright. It's been a week, okay? I've been on live for 2 weeks, 2 hours each day, sometimes 3 hours, depending on what we did in the table for 20 afterwards. So you guys need to understand that you're going to need a bird dog. A bird dog is somebody that scouts properties and sends them to you, and you want that. You do, and you pay them for it. Once your deal closes, you pay them for it. Now you can pay them before the deal closes if you want to, but excuse me, I'm not about paying people if I haven't got paid. You're going to need JV partners. You're going to need, I said lending, said JV, board dog, boots on the ground, attorney, title company, CPA. You're going to need an assistant. Okay, let me explain. Once you, and I tell you that you guys hear me say this all the time, and I say it with my whole heart and my whole chest and everything in me. Learn one thing, master it. Once you master wholesaling real estate, you're going to put the systems in place that we've been talking about. You're going to put that in play, and what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up putting on an autopilot because you have your virtual assistant in there that's making phone calls. And I'll give you guys my system. I have my virtual assistant. They're making phone calls. She works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, making phone calls and sending leads to my email. Who picks up the lead in my email? My director of operations. That's her job. Her job is to pick up the lead, call the lead, schedule the appointment. Why can't my VA do that? Because my VA, I don't trust her to do it yet. I haven't trained her how I want that done. I need her to perfect these phone calls and ask all the questions that I need to ask first. So I need her to just route that other BS to my director of operations. My director of operations will pick that up. Not only did they pick it up, they make that phone call, they schedule it. They then send it to our Slack channels. And I think I went over this yesterday. After the Slack channels, then my boots on the ground, they pick it up, they run with it. And that's how we close deals. So when I start posting close on all these deals that we seriously trying to get in the works right now, don't say I don't warn y'all. It's gonna be epic. This year is gonna be good. I mean, because I'm only focused on 3 things this year, and that's wholesaling, getting you guys to this $2 million goal that I put out there, and building up my rental portfolio. That's it. 50 doors by December 31st. That's the goal. 50 doors. Because if I can get 50 doors, that's grossing $50,000 a month at $1,000 a door. Okay. Now let's get into, since I don't have a whole lot of time left, let's get into these contracts because that's what y'all really want to know. That's what y'all really want to know. How to get into these contracts. Put that up there. Wholesale, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, say what? Y'all be laughing at me. I just be here in my own world. I have a lot to do in this little world of mine today. Any questions so far about what you can ask me? What do people do? You can ask me how do people? What are the people doing? You can ask that too. This I need, and this I need. Cool beans. All right. Put you guys on screen share. It didn't come up yet. The person that looks for the property, that's called a bird dog. It's a hunting term for people. If you ever know anybody that go duck hunting, you'll hear the term bird dog. Their job is to point out the properties, or in hunting, their job is to identify the target. So, bird dog. And boots on the ground can explain. Boots on the ground. Okay, so my boots on the ground, I'm gonna use Larissa because she's my boots on the ground in Milwaukee. Larissa, I call her, hey, can you go see a property for me? She says yes, no, maybe so, or she'll give me a date and time when she can go. And then I get back to the owner and say, hey, Larissa's going to come to you on this day at this time. Larissa's job is to go out, take pictures. She may even have, because I trust Larissa, we don't work together long enough, where I trust Larissa long enough, she can negotiate on my behalf. She can get contracts signed for me. Larissa can do pretty much any damn thing that I would do. If you want me to be honest, she can do any dang thing that I can do. Same thing I do, Larissa can do. And that's why that's boots on the ground. Her job is to go take pictures. Her job is to, sometimes she might help me negotiate the deal. And if, like I said, if the person is elderly, which was what we got last time on our last deal that we did together, the person was elderly, so Larissa literally had to go take the contract to them, have them sign it, scan it back, and send it to me and Connie so that we could get this thing moving real fast. I don't call Larissa when I get off the phone too, because we got another property that we're doing together. Got it. Okay. So yeah, that's boots on the ground. They just take your pictures for you. Really, that's all they're supposed to do is take the pictures. But when you work in partnership, because your boots on the ground, you can use them as a JV partner or you could use them as boots on the ground. I love it. Mine is cool. She was ready for it. Oh, good. Okay, so let's get into this contract real quick so y'all can leave me alone. Delisa, what's in the contract? Delisa, what do you put in your contract? And what I put in my contract is simple. Oh, goodness. Come on, y'all. Don't do this. You're not letting me share this with you guys. I'm trying to figure out why. My Zoom people can see it, but Facebook and all y'all can't see what I'm doing. I have to do this way. Because I don't want to. So in the contract, my Zoom people, you're gonna be able to see it. I can't be on here all day trying to do this. So the standard purchase and sale agreement is what I have. On the contract itself, if you are on my Zoom, my table of 20 people, if you're on Zoom and you can see my screen, you should be able to see my screen. But just in case. things going crazy over here on my side of the world. That's another thing too. If you are on my Zoom, you can see how crazy my computer is acting right now. Mm-hmm. Let's see what they say. So yeah. I'll see what I did there. Let's see, do I have a blank one? Hold on, guys. They won't let me. Hi. Oh, hi. How you doing, Pasquale? You finally catch me on here. That's good. I get excited when I see people. Yeah, I know. It's not letting me do it in a Word doc, so I have to upload it as a PDF in order for you guys to be able to see it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If not, you guys won't see it. So that's what I'm trying to do now. But these computers don't act, they never act right. And it won't let me share the window for some reason. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm not doing all that. All right. So I'm just going to have to review it with you guys because it's not letting me do it. And I don't want to keep you guys on here forever. So in a standard purchase and sale agreement, you're going to have, there are major key points that you have to have. You have to state who, the date that you're going under contract. So if we're using today's date, it would say this 17th day of January 2025. Okay. And then it's going to say the person who's selling the property. So Susie Jones, hereby known as seller, and or assigner, do hereby agree to sell to ABC Realty, hereby known as buyer, or John Jones, hereby known as buyer, and or assignee. The following described real estate hereby referred to as the premises located in Buffalo, County of Erie, State of New York, commonly referred to is the street address, 123 Main Street, Buffalo, New York, 14202. Okay, that's where that comes in at. And it'll say legally described as, your legal description is the APN number. Whatever your city, county, state, or town or village has listed as the APN number, when you look this up on the tax assessor's records, that's the number that goes in there. Because that's a legal description, legally described. Okay. Also included in that legal description will be title search and survey, which is why you have to have title search and survey done. Stop believing what all these people tell y'all, okay? Then it says the buyer agrees to pay and the seller agrees to accept the amount of, in words, as if you're writing out a check. I know a lot of y'all probably ain't wrote a check in a long time. That's okay. But as if you're writing it out, $100,000, $50,000, all that has to be written out. Then next to it in parentheses, you will put it in numerical form. Okay? So it's alpha form and then numeric form. And this is the part that I always put zero in. In cash at the time of closing for the premises payable as follows. Non-refundable standard earnest money deposit, known as your EMD. I put zero. To be placed in escrow with the attorney's office or title company with the remaining balance of, if you did a $2,000 EMD, a $1,000 EMD, a $500 EMD, you subtract it from that $100,000. You subtract it from the $50,000. You subtract it from the $300,000. You subtract the EMD from the dollar amount. The problem, and this is a call that I get a lot, and it could be because I'm just too nice, and I start putting stuff in here. When I start putting stuff in, and I get this call a lot when I get that whole, hey Delisa, can you look at this contract for me? Can you review this for me? What does this mean? Or I get questions in my group, or I'll get questions in my inbox, in my DMs. Some of y'all got my phone number. You text me, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand that, but hey, it is what it is. So what you have to do, okay, let me get in here. See, did it save? It did not. There it is. I want y'all to be able to see at least the purchase agreement. So I get that question a lot in regards to people saying, people wanting help or people wanting me to help them. Okay, let's see. You guys are going to be able to see this in a minute. All right, boom, I figured it out for the people. Don't say I don't love y'all, because I just sat here and challenge myself, because y'all know I don't know how to do this. Now, you guys can see that, and I can't make it any bigger, unfortunately. Let's see, Jenna. We'll see. I don't know. It might do it for the people. It might do it. Y'all get it. Y'all get in where y'all fit in on this, okay? Now, there it is. What? Let me find out that girl done did her big one on y'all. Here it is. This is the contract that we use, okay? Now, where I'm here, where it says EMD. Now, to be paid by check, subtracting any payments needed to clear the title. So that means, and this is a question I got. I got this question a couple. Thank you, Steve. I got this question a couple of weeks ago. I was in one of the Facebook groups that I go in and answer questions and stuff in, and she was trying to ask me, where does she put the money that the borrower gets at, that the seller gets at closing? And I'm like, you don't. That doesn't go on your contract. This is why. On my contract, it says buyer agrees to pay, the seller agrees to accept the amount of, we're going to say $100,000, okay? $100,000. That goes in words. Numeric form, $100,000. In cash at the time of closing. For the premises, payable as follows: a non-refundable standard earnest money deposit, EMD, of $100. That means my remaining balance is going to be $99,900. $1,000. My remaining balance is going to be $99,000. Now, the seller already got $1,000 from me. Now I only owe $99,000 more. Then you put to be paid by check to seller, subtracting any payments needed to clear the title, including but not exclusively any mortgages, liens, encumbrances, or holds against the title. That means They agreed to accept $100,000. They're also accepting that whatever is owed on this house is coming out of that $100,000 and they're going to get what's left. Okay? So you don't have to put in your on your space, you don't have to put how you don't have to put the what am I trying to say? You don't have to put what's going to the seller specifically. You just have to put what you owe after. That's it. That's it and that's all. Nothing else comes out of that. And then down here, we're not gonna go through all this. This is just a bunch of legal stuff that lawyers put in to cover their butts. Okay. Seller agrees to the following. Seller, and this is where you're going to put what your seller agreed to. If you are paying all the closing costs, it goes in that section. If the seller is paying all the closing costs, it goes in that section. If you agree to have it cleaned out, it goes in that section. You understand that this property is being sold as is, it goes in this section. You also licensed professionals. You're also going to put in here specifically where it states that seller understands that the buyer is acting as a principal in the transaction and is not working as a real estate agent or broker representing anyone. Insert your license. This is for me. Okay? So insert your license. On the assignment contract, you're going to have that same exact sentence. You're going to put that same exact sentence, only it's going to say assignee understands that the buyer is acting as a principal, that the seller is acting as a principal, meaning you are the seller because you're assigning, or the assigner, you won't even put the seller, you put the assigner, is acting as a principal, because you don't want to put that. Now I'm telling y'all this. You don't want to leave that out if you're a licensed professional, because if anything ever was to go wrong, and they tried it, and I saw this, it happened in Atlanta not too long ago. An elderly woman tried to come back and say the wholesaler stole her house because her family got involved and said you should have got more money for the house. So they didn't steal your house. You wanted to sell it. You just didn't get it for the price that you should have gotten it for. But the wholesaler was not licensed. So there's that. And wholesaling is legal in Georgia. So what you gonna do? That's why I say you have to be. I tell my people, yes, I am a licensed real estate broker. However, I am also under contract to purchase your home. So if you want professional opinions, you need to find your own representation. That's it. That's all. And 9 times out of 10, you know what they say? Well, I don't want to deal with a realtor. Okay. Well, tell me how much you want for the house. And then they'll ask me, well, how much do you think my house is worth? Unfortunately, because I am a principal in this situation, I'm going to suggest that you find representation to represent you, because I'm gonna tell you it's worth $2. Come on. Because that's what I want to pay for it, $2. That's all I think is worth, $2. Come on now. That's like asking, that's like you going to Jeffrey Dahmer house to eat for dinner. Come on now. You just don't do it. So yeah, that's where we're at. So in here, you're going to put all of your recommendations. You can see some of the stuff here. It says seller understands that the buyer may advertise the premises in order to find an end buyer or a future tenant, and the seller will not compete with the buyer in this manner. That's giving you permission to wholesale because they know you may look to find an end buyer. Okay, you have to have certain things in here. All right. Then it's everything the buyer is agreeing to is in here as well. Then you're going to, all parties understand the closing will be done on or before the 17th day of January 2025 at wherever you're going to close. So if you're going to close at a title company, the name of the title company comes here. If you're closing with an attorney, the name of the attorney comes here. And then the closing agent is the attorney or the title company representative that you are working with. And then you sign it. Okay? All right, y'all. Now I got to figure out how to go back to this. Boom. Hey. That girl done figure something out. Y'all crazy. I'm in. All right. So that's how that works. Now that's how. Thank you, Amber. I did it. Now, Amber, we're going to go over, when we get to table of 20, we definitely going to go over this contract in more detail because I got some more stuff. But like I said, I got maybe 10 minutes left on my what you call it here. Okay. Now I got to do the same thing I did to get this assignment contract done. The assignment contract literally has more information in than the purchase contract. Crazy, right? I know. Okay, thank you. So, any questions on that purchase agreement that we just went over? Any questions on that? Don't come back to Delisa. You said no. I told y'all what I was saying. I didn't believe me. All right, now that I've saved this in here, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try and do that again. I got to remember what I did. Lord, help me. Got to remember what I did so I can bring up the assignment contract. And once we go over the assignment contract, we're going to have Q&A, and then we're going to be done. So today we've already talked about what we need to do as far as our buyers. We've talked about our sellers. We talked about building our team. We've talked about closings. We're talking about a lot of stuff. So now what we're going to do is bring up this assignment agreement, and then we're going to go over that. Okay. I'm so excited that I just taught myself how to do something new. Y'all just don't understand. Your girl gets excited over the little things. Okay. It doesn't take much to make me smile. And that just made me smile. For real. Big time smiling. Any questions whatsoever on this one, on anything that we talked about so far today, like any part of the team that you don't understand? If you don't understand it, let me know. My job is to educate and entertain. I think I kept y'all pretty entertained today, not knowing what the heck I was doing with this computer. But it's coming. It's almost 1 o'clock. Y'all be out here just doing me dirty, kind of. Ba-dum, bum, bum. It didn't save. Oh, maybe it's not done downloading yet. Okay, it's not done downloading. So, any questions about the purchase and sale agreement? Are there any questions? Because I don't want you guys to sit back and be saying, oh, we didn't get it, we didn't understand this. Can you explain why we have to do that? I don't say I didn't try to explain it, okay? All right. Okay, it's in there now. Whew. So we're gonna go over this, and then my table for 20 people. We're gonna be doing some things today. No. That is not what I wanted to do. Whew. My back hurts today. So don't so Instagram is good, YouTube, TikTok. No, not TikTok. I'm not on TikTok today. Not live anyway. All right now. I'm about to do this again. Add coming to the stage. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. Y'all see that assignment agreement? Mm-hmm. Oh no, this is what I did. I knew it was something I did up here. I had to make it big so y'all could see it. Boom. Because y'all know. See there? There we go, people. All the people in the place be. Can you say hey? Say hey, y'all. Hey, she did that. I want to hear it because I need some confirmation. All right. Okay, Elisa. Now, on this standard sale, purchase and sale, this is not a purchase and sale agreement. This is the assignment contract. The assignment contract. Okay. Assignment of the purchase and sale agreement. So you are going to say, start this out. First things first, this assignment of purchase and sales agreement is made on January 17th, 2025 between the assigner, Delisa Robinson. I am the wholesaler. I am the assigner. So my name or my company name goes in there. Whoever you put as the buyer on the purchase agreement has to be the assigner on the assignment contract. Okay, are we clear? Okay, hope so. Then you're going to say, and the assignee. Now, the assignee is my end buyer. If your end buyer is purchasing in the name of a business, you're going to put their business name there. If they're purchasing in the name of themselves, you're going to put their name in there. So it's going to say ABC Realty, or it's going to say John Doe, John Jones, whoever. Okay. Property address. You're going to insert the street address. 123 Main Street, Buffalo, New York, 14202. Got it? Got it. Now, scroll down to where it says consideration. This is where you're going to put how much you are assigning the contract for, not your assignment fee, as I've seen some people do. This is where you're going to put the $125,000. $110,000 because you're selling, you bought it for $100,000. Your assignment fee, whatever your assignment fee is, that's what you put in here. So it's going to say whatever the $100,000 plus your assignment fee. So if your assignment fee in this case is $110,000, I mean it's 10,000, that dollar amount is going to say 110. Because it's in addition to whatever you have on the purchase agreement. Now, then it's going to say the earnest money deposit. Yes, I keep the earnest money deposit on this contract. I take it off my purchase agreement, but I put it on my assignment contract. And for those of you who say, oh, if there's no EMD, the contract is void. No, it ain't. Thank you for your encouragement. I appreciate you, but that's not true. That is not true, homegirl, homeboy. It's not true, sweetheart. Because I know Kyra gonna laugh if she hear that one. Sweetheart, that's not true. So, earnest money deposit. Yes, I am going to charge my buyer, my end buyer, an earnest money deposit. And it's going to be, if my seller made me pay an earnest money deposit of, say, $1,500. I'm gonna put $3,000 on my contract. Sorry. Because I still need to get paid. If this contract goes south, I need to get paid. That's just me. Now, if my seller doesn't put an earnest money deposit on my contract, I'm still going to put one on my assignment contract because I'm still getting paid if this contract goes south and doesn't close. And it's going to be held in escrow at the title company or at the attorney's office. Not to you, it's going to the attorney's office or the title company. Got it? All right. Funds to close. We need all this transaction has to close by. That's where you're going to put your closing date. So whatever the closing date was on that first contract is the closing date that needs to go on this contract. If they need more time, they're going to have to do an addendum. You should have a copy of an addendum. If you don't, your attorney should have a copy of an addendum. If you don't, you can purchase the seal the deal contract package and you can get an addendum. Now, this is where you're going to put your closing date. So if the closing date is in 7 to 10 days or 30 days, I always put at least 30 days on it. No matter what city or state I'm closing in, I always put 30 days. Just in case. And then if the other person, and if the seller says no, or the end buyer says no, and they want to change that date, then it's perfectly fine. But I'm telling you when it's going to happen. Limitations of assignment, that's to go over at a later date. But those are the key points that you need to have on your assignment contract. Your closing date, again, closing shall take place no later than, you put the closing date in there. And then, of course, your additional terms. Who's paying for what? You are a realtor, you're a realtor or a home inspector or a property appraiser, whatever it is that you're licensed to do in real estate has to be stated. See how it says purchaser is a licensed real estate salesperson, but you're going to say seller. Or assignee. Assigner is a licensed real estate salesperson, is not liable for the transaction under her license. Meaning, I'm not doing this as a representative of anyone. Or you can put the same, or you can just copy and paste the same statement from the purchase agreement to here. Up to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, deeps and dudes, heifers and hustlers. Okay. And then you put more. And if you don't have any additional things, purchaser requires access to the property for the contractor, or estimates, appraisers, and inspections. Buyer will pay search and survey and transfer tax. Whatever it is, that's what you're going to put in here. Okay. Then the assigner is the wholesaler. The assignee is the end buyer. You have to use legal terms because the legal people will get you if you don't. Okay? All right. Did I just... Oh, exit full screen. Okay, there we go. I'm like, did I went full screen on y'all. Y'all ain't even realize it. All right. So that's it. That's all. That's what we got for today. And I did it in under 60 minutes, even with the technical difficulties I was having. Great job. Any questions on any of these? I know, right, Amber? I'm at it again. I did it again. Good. So any questions on any of the contracts, the purchase agreement or the assignment contract, or anything that we've talked about this week? I want to thank everybody who came out this week. Love and like you a lot. Appreciate all the support and you hanging in with me for the whole week. If you have not, this is the first time you've seen us this week, unfortunately, you won't see the rest of them either because those are all coming down off all of my social media platforms as of today. I left them up all week long, and I don't even know why I did that. I usually don't. Probably because I was half sleepy this week. But everything is done. Everything is in. Table of 20. See y'all in Zoom now. I've been in Zoom. You guys could have been in Zoom too a long time ago. Oh, somebody in here with me. And so my table of 20 people, come on over to the Zoom room so we can go in depth on these contracts because like I told you guys, we're going to do all 4 contracts. We're going to do the NDA. We're going to do the JV agreement, especially the JV agreement, the purchase agreement, which we just went over. So I probably won't hit that one. I'll probably just do the other 2 because that's where most of the information is going to be needed. But we will go over that again. Okay. So I will talk to you and I'll see you guys. Remember to always tell you guys what? You choose to be whatever you want in this world. I just hope you choose to be kind because at some point in your life, someone has been kind to you. And it's very good to pay kindness forward. Not only does it make you a good person, but if we all did it, it would make the world a much better place. And I think we all can agree we can all use a more kinder world in this day and age. So And if this was your first time, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, please don't hesitate to come back. And thank you so much for your continued support. I will see you guys in the Zoom room table for 20. And the rest of you, I will see you on Sunday. The links and everything else will be out. I'll probably come back on later tonight, probably tomorrow morning, to tell you guys all about this Creative Wealth Academy that is coming up. It's strictly for real estate investors. You can be at any level of investment. Join us. But it is going to help you build a portfolio. You understand creative finance strategies, how to flip houses, and how to market and get funded. All of that's going to be in the Creative Wealth Academy. So if you are interested, come on in and we'll talk soon. All right, let me get over into my Zoom room. I will talk to you guys mañana. Bye-bye.